stream on Twitch. This is where all the romantic rejects hang out. It is indeed, and we are live. This is a good start. Is this a good angle? This is a good enough angle. I think I could kind of go. It could almost. No, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it in case I mess up. No adverts. Well, that's good. Oh, an ad for razors. Really? An ad for razors? Really? That's just so inappropriate. So happy Valentine's Day. I would sterilize Hebday with ultraviolet radiation, but those items have been ordered from the internet. They will arrive soon. Two interesting devices. But anyway, first things first, let's have a Jägermühlen using aftershock supplied by Jack Attack. I'm not really sure who to. Actually, I do know. I do know who to celebrate with the first Jägermühlen. How's the sound, by the way? Because I've not tried. It is coming theoretically from this little microphone up here. And I've not tried it on Twitch yet. So you can tell me what it's like. And if that made a loud noise. Video is stuttering. That may just be the fact that the connectivity here has been a bit random. Choppy video. Oh, you're right. Choppy video. I mean, I had a YouTube live stream on Thursday and everything was fine. But then again, maybe I should actually force it into using 4G. Maybe it's because it's switching between 4G and 5G. Some audio popping. Modulated. Really? Now, is that because of the sound clipping badly? Really? See, it was perfect on the... right, tell you what then. Let's move the microphone further away. I can't actually test this myself easily. And we'll sit the microphone down here instead. You can tell me if that improves things. Way too loud. Oh God. Siri? Seriously? That's not great. Already better. No, not better. No, crackling like fuck, that's better. Muffled. Oh, God, nothing is going to work, is it? It's just the perils. And this is two different apps. Hold on. I'm going to try and listen to it myself by going to Twitch and seeing what it sounds like, if it is as what's happening. By going to Twitch and seeing what it sounds like, if it is as what's happening. It was better in your hand. Yeah, I'm not going to hold it in the hand all the time. I can't lower the gain right now because I'd need to actually use the app to lower the gain. Yeah, I'm not going to hold it in the hand all the time. I shall just put it down on the bench down there then. That's all I can really think of doing. I can't lower the gain right now because I'd need to actually use the app to lower the gain. Yeah, I'm not going to hold it in the hand all the time. I shall just put it down on the bench down there then. That's all I can really think of doing. I can't lower the gain right now because I'd need to actually use the app to lower the gain. Okay, right. Well, that's going to have to do it then. You're not going to be able to follow me around the house then, but that's okay. I'll be staying here. The reason you get the echo is because I was actually just listening to the audio there. A bit potatoish. Yeah, that's odd because it was fine, the Patreon live stream. I do wonder if I could change it. So if maybe in the future, I switched to using a different device for my internet connectivity here when I'm traveling because I was having problems with the 4G and is it actually, hold on, here's my modem. What's it currently doing? It's currently connected to 5G. I don't want to change anything now in case it just screws everything up by forcing it to do 4G, but maybe it's just become oversaturated with the number of people using it because people are just streaming it to death. Uh, okay, so here's the. It's quiet but manageable, but still clipping. Right, tell you what then. Tell you what. What happens if I unplug my phone completely? And we just use the microphone that's built into the phone. Is this even going to work? Hold on. This is where actually right now YouTube's actually winning. That means it's probably going to be quite quiet. That means it's probably going to be quite quiet. Okay, well, right. I'll try coming closer to the phone. Ultimately, right. That's tricky. God, the perils. That's with the new fancy microphones as well. But of course, it's just using the microphone built in at the moment. I'll try coming closer to the phone. I'll pop this, and also the audio is cutting out. I think that's a data connectivity issue more than anything else. Maybe also causing the problems with the audio. Hold on, I'm going to try and force it into 5G because 4G, should I say? That's with the new fancy microphones as well, but of course it's just using the microphone built in at the moment. And you will get an echo. I'll pop this because right. Let's see if I can break everything. Connections, mobile networks, network mode. It's giving me 5G or LTE. Should I risk going with LTE? That doesn't sound that fast. But anyway, let's not risk messing it up. That's gone off to a bad start. It's strange because the Patreon stream was really the Patreon stream YouTube was actually really good. But anyway, I was going to say, here's to the people who stayed single and aren't doing the Valentine's Day thing. Mm. We'll have to suffer it and then just go back to normal. This is why I like hardwired microphones, but because I brought a different phone with me this time, I can't plug a microphone physically into it. 5G causes COVID. Well, that's me screwed then. I've got COVID again. I hear they're raising the price of the TV license. I came back here to another threatening letter behind the door telling me that I was committing a crime by not being licensed. Do you remember Summerland in the IOM? Yes, Pugster Josh. I was on the Isle of Man when that happened, but in Laxey. It didn't look that damaged when the tram stopped next to it afterwards, but it clearly was. Hmm. Look into this. If you're on a phone, then the AGC can be quite aggressive and this can cause the problem. I'm pretty sure that AGC is actually on this microphone as well. I'm not going to speak too loudly. Hey, it's okay. Have a partner, two men's income. This is it. No kids. Too quiet. It's a lose-lose situation. I'll try putting it back onto the hat, but further around the side of the head. Oh. Loud clacking noises as I do this. The perils of maybe I should have tested this all beforehand by actually, but then the only way you can test is to actually stream on Twitch. Looks like buffering to me, yes. Been together 20 years, still not married, top end Spoonie. I wonder if there's any point in marrying. Not really sure. I can see that the video is glitching like fuck. It's just like, welcome. I mean, seriously, this was not happening on This was not happening on Thursday there. Hmm. But that's it. That's fine now. Good. Try to clip it to your glasses. No, no. Not clipping it. Never really stays put in the glasses. What is it muffled? But that's fine. It's one of these streams where all we do is talk about the audio. Married once, briefly, never again. Stuff the Valentines. This is it, Rob Sturge. There's nothing quite like destroying a. There's nothing quite like destroying a good friendship with marriage. Let's just put it down to terrible connectivity. Plug the mic in. Oh, I'd love to. The microphone is plugged in. It's physically plugged into the USB port, but there's no socket for the microphone. None of these modern phones has a microphone socket because that's the future, apparently. I think it's just data connectivity. What's the router you're using? It's just a phone, a Samsung phone I'm using for my internet connectivity at the moment because I'm traveling and I don't have a proper internet connection here. And it used to be really good, but apparently it's not anymore. That's just how it is. Let me just try something experimental and take it a wee bit further away because it might be interfered with the light fitting. I'm not really sure. Who knows? I'll put it on there, lifting it away from that. You can get USB-C to audio jack converters. I have tried that, Fazilla, and it sounded absolutely terrible with a standard microphone. It sounded all quacky. It was like the compressed phone audio that you get from the little lapel microphones. You have any heat in this place? No, but it's much warmer than the Isle of Man. So just out of interest, let's actually listen to this on the. So just out of interest, let's actually listen to this. See, that's not super mega loud. That's not super mega loud at all. Tricky. Have you not got your neighbour's hub you can hack into? I could always ask, but I think he uses it for business, and I don't think he'd be too keen, the downstairs neighbour, on giving me access to his router. I've never asked right enough, but he's quite strangely, it's strangely reclusive, like me in a way. Is Vince or any of the tech team with the tattoo in Australia right now? I do not know who's doing that. I think they just employ a bunch locally in Australia. I think that's what they've done in the past. They're just doing projection of the castle as far as I can see, and they're touring it from different venues. I didn't bring any Victorian women's health devices with me, alas, for a festive Valentine's. At least your phone wasn't nicked. Apparently, Stephen Marsh got his phone stolen in Ecuador. Oh, right, okay. That's not great. That's what happened to the other me in Las Vegas. He had his phone stolen. Ah, did you bring the flamethrower? I have one over here. Also, something to test. Today I got Slush Puppy air freshener, which is apparently, oh, very tight lid. This is the blue raspberry. Is it going to be flammable? Let's give it a test. Yes, it is. Lovely. Does it smell like blue raspberry? Kind of, it smells like synthetic chemical raspberry. So yes, I guess that's a yes. I watched that Steve Marsh video with the phone incident. First time I've seen the chap look so down. Not sure quite who Steve Marsh is. Should I know who? Maybe I do, but don't know. Directional biquadra connected built. Oh right, okay. Yes. Keep in mind I'm using it. This is hold on. This is what I'm using for my internet connectivity. It's a phone. I used to use a little Wi-Fi router here, but not at the moment. A blue raspberry. It's a common flavour of slush puppies over here. The Frosties, the sort of ice drink. Just a brand, really, slush puppy. I don't know why it's called slush puppy. It's old, really old, because I can remember that in East Kilbride eons ago. Oh, does travel blogs, Scottish guy. Aha. Now, um, one of my co-workers in Paris got his phone stolen. He had it in front of him on the table, and the guy basically said, uh, "Oh, monsieur, do you know where I can go on this map?" And held it in front, and then whoosh, phone's gone. That's a thing. That is a thing. Unfortunately, in France, there's a lot of pickpockets. Mm. Hmm. So just seeing what else I could talk about here. A couple of things I've ordered recently. Well, first of all, one of the kits, it's not shipped from China yet. It's worth mentioning. Keep in mind that the Chinese New Year starts in 5. So they're just gearing up for their holiday and they'll be off for a couple of weeks. So just remember that if you're ordering stuff from AliExpress, because it may actually be delayed. I've just run out of coffee. Right, okay, I'm back onto, like, it's going to have to be an alcoholic beverage now. In this strawberry. If we all pitched in £10 we can get a USB mic, a new phone, and anything else needed for both studios. This is a very expensive USB microphone. This is a Lark Hollyland Lark Max 2. So if it's the audio's been resolved, then it's clear that it was possibly just major data glitching earlier on because of the connectivity. 3 used to be really, really good, and the last year or so they've just been terrible. Oh, Kev's doing okay. We met Kev at the pub. He got dropped off at the pub by his lady, and then picked up afterwards, and we drank within moderation. We kept it low. I see the picture jumping as well, so that is that it's data. Indeed, gonna Twitch 10 video streak. Sound sucks. Well, there's fuck all I can do about that. I saw a drag queen today with the full beard as well. It's an odd look. It looks alright. MOCN brought too many Vodafone users to the local site. It could be. Maybe I am AI and the system's glitching. Maybe it's running on Microsoft servers as they gradually go bust. I think the phone mic, we'll tell you what, we can test that. Is this making a noise? Because it is behind the ear, to be honest. Glitter beard, no. Ah. Tell you what, I'll move it a bit closer. I'll move it a bit closer. It's clipped on quite tightly here, but I shall move it around the headband a bit. To be honest, I think the clipping was actually caused by data connectivity. Hmm. Yeah. I'm not really sure what connection tower I'm connecting to at the moment because there is one, but it's kind of overgrown with trees. And there's another one in the distance. There's also blocks of flats. They've probably got them on top, but it's a very, they're just building lots of houses in this area, so maybe they're just oversaturating it. How was your flight? The flight was acceptable. It wasn't too bad. Thankfully, it was calm weather for it, which makes a change. Really wet though. Right, tell you what, let's mix myself up a drink. I think clipping is a wide range of your voice. It's something that all you can do to test it, and this is what it's easier done with YouTube because you can actually make unlisted streams on YouTube, and you can actually record a short stream and then go and listen to it. And look at YouTube also gives you volume levels. If you right click on a YouTube video and select stats for nerds, then it will give you statistics about the audio as well. But I'm not sure what I can do about Twitch. Hmm. Hmm. But I can see the video jumping. It's just maybe it's just because it's the weekend and everybody's on their phone. I'm not really sure. It was good on Thursday. It was just fantastic on Thursday. Maybe it's just the number, but then again, it's going to the server and then it's getting distributed. Well, what can you do? Big frame drop. Yes, indeed. Hmm. Hack the mic. The microphone has loads of adjustments for dynamic gain and automatic level control, but it needs matched to everything. It's not just matched to the phone, it needs matched to the app as well, because every app's got a different gain setting. I have to use a different microphone with the YouTube live streams and the Twitch live streams. Twitch seems to use much higher gain. The clip is now worse than ever. It's just the data probably. Ah, this is welcome to the joy of travel. Right, what can I drink? I can drink this Rubicon Raw, getting their finger into the caffeine pie. Kagius, 5 days for the stuff from China is very good, but they may have geared up to try and get themselves a head start before the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the fire horse, I think, whatever that is. I've ordered something and I'm kind of hoping it gets shipped soon because I don't want it to be delayed by the New Year thing. But it's a complete set of components to build a token vending mechanism or a change machine that you can put either banknotes into or coins into a coin mech, and then it will use a hopper to actually pay out the appropriate number of coins. You're green tonight, pastel green. You can never leave the Isle of Man again. Maybe I just need to. You know, the other thing I could do. I don't know if the back of the flat is more occupied. I could use one of these little cheapo router things, and I could actually have it in a mid position, and then bounce the signal around a bit, and I could actually mount the flat because there are definitely some tower blocks with antennas on them. Greetings, Megavolt Meister. Welcome to the Jumpy Poppy live stream. Move the connection phone, problem goes away. Does it really though? What if I just hold it like this, the connection phone? Will that be good? Try not show you the QR code in the back of it, since that is effectively my for getting into a gym. I could also mount it in a different orientation. I could actually use this 3D printed thing I did for actually just standing it up. So I'll try that. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll just drop the phone or something like that. The other thing I could do is just try unplugging the phone, the power lead from it, because that way might not make a difference. But hey, we can always try it. That's a QR code then? Yeah, it is. It doesn't matter. It's fine. The likelihood of you anywhere near the gym is very slim. Oh, seriously? Seriously? Oh, fucking that shit. Right. This is a fucking disaster. I'm getting sick. The only reason I bought a new phone was the 5G because the 4G was just not working. Put it in the hand, it may actually be the ground reference. It may just be the fact it's acting as an antenna, a ground plane. We'll see what happens. If it gets glitchy, I'll try it again. Ah, stick phone upright in window. Yeah. Oh, God, it really is fucking glitchy. I'm getting sick of this fucking internet connection here. I may have to bribe one of my neighbours to give me a decent connection by letting me jump onto their network. I don't know what I can do with this to actually get a decent signal here. I definitely don't want to hold on to the phone for the full duration of the stream because that would be very annoying. That would be extremely annoying. But I don't know if I can force the 5G. I mean, is LTE? Hold on. Is LTG? Yes, commonly marked used as 4G. Right, tell you what, I'm going to switch to the LTE and we'll just see what happens. What's the worst could happen? What's the worst could happen? Let's drop the fucking stream, shall we? LTE preferred. Right, okay, we'll see what happens. I'll put the phone back up there and we'll see if that turns into Mega Potato Vision. I can see things flying up the screen. Someone has done something. It looks a sort of scruff doggy type thing. It is scruff dog. We're trying it with LTE. The funny, when you hold it, it does not glitch. Yeah, I'm not going to do that for the whole stream. But anyway, we can see how this goes. LTE should be more consistent. It's way better. You're only clipping when your voice peaks. Okay, that is odd. Yes. Fixed. Oh, so basically, yeah. So using 5G is a disaster. Well, that kind of fits because everybody's on 5G, aren't they? That's strange. How odd. Any cool stuff in the pile behind you? Well, I'll tell you what. Why is it that you go to the optician and here's something. I don't know. I go to Specsavers, which used to be very cost effective, but isn't cost effective anymore because they just try and upsell you all the time. And you look at the spectacle frames and they go from about £15 up to £500, but you're looking. Oh, here's 15, here's 50, there's 100, and in the frames. I mean, yeah, the designer ones that they've stamped Gucci on the side that are going to appeal to some people. Oh no, Potato Vision. But I don't know, but then they upsell you. They upsell you on everything. It's, do you want the thinner glass and do you want the bifocals and stuff like that? And Then you end up with a bill for £300, but then these came from one of the pound shops at £1.50 or something like that. They're reading glasses, and it's like the frame seems pretty solid to me. Why? Maybe. Don't know. I just go for the two for £70. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't like the £70 frames. I preferred the cheaper frames because they were simpler and more functional. What's the time, says Liz? It's woofle time, I guess. It is woofle time. I'll just do a handheld woofle here. Woofle. Woofling. Oh. Does it make everything freeze up? Yeah, it does. It's just, has it just completely gone? Oh, no, it's back. Yeah, it's just fucking shit connectivity. Maybe the Isle of Man has advantages. No alcohol fuel. No, there's no alcohol fuel. I get the advert saying, "Oh, glasses for £15 prescription." Actually, when I get my prescription, oh yeah, that'll be 280 because I need. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. It makes me think of that bitch of an optician. We took my mum to her when she was just slipping into Alzheimer's, and I said, how do you even test the eyesight?" And it turns out I don't think they do properly test it. But my mum had quite a small face, and she said, "Well, let's pick some glasses." And I picked some kids' glasses. We tried them on. She liked them, and it was just a basic frame. And the optician said, "Oh, do you mind if I pick a frame as well?" And she'd been so helpful. We said, "Okay then." And she picked a £500 Gucci frame. And it was just like such an embarrassing incident at the time. And my mum broke them the next day because they were shit. So we, strangely enough, never used that optician again. Way to lose your customers, stupid cow. The Patreon stream was flawless. It sounded good. It looked good. Fuck knows. Maybe it's just a weekend thing. Maybe I should change the live streams to the middle of the week. How much would a landline connection cost? The fibre optic was media. There's just no point actually getting a permanent connection. I tried goggles for you, and the glasses I got, one lens was fine, and the other was just completely wrong, and I never used them again. It is a shit strawberry. That's fine. You know, I was thinking Starlink could work, but it's not. All these things require an ongoing subscription that's just not viable. But anyway, it'll be back to normal next week if the flight happens, if it's not stormy. First class I got, they got the left and right lenses swapped over. Oh right, okay, that's not so great. It could be. Let's try just holding. Let's put it. Tell you what, hold on. I shall move the phone to a completely different position and stand it up and just see what happens. What's the worst could happen? I'll put it on this box of light bulbs to keep it away from the metal frame of the window. And that gets it right up hard against the window. Donk. We'll see how that goes. Starlink needs line of sight. It would have. It was icy in Glasgow, I believe. Oh god, it's buffering. Fuck's sake. Is anything going to work here? Hmm. But yes, this is frustrating. This happens every time I come here, and I just think maybe the phone services maybe are just a bit oversubscribed here. Hmm. Weirdly, it's fixed the clipping issue. Ah. Kill the video and just do audio. I don't think I can actually do that. It's definitely going in jumps. This is just fucking annoying. It's not like there's a football match next door in the stadium. It must just be very limited data connectivity here. Though I've been playing, I was getting about 30 megabit up and download earlier on, and it's just, I'm not sure what's happening. The app says there's going to be snow in Glasgow. Excellent. No, I'm not going to take my clothes off. I can't change the video output resolution is set by Twitch. Ah. Hmm. If you cover the camera, the video bandwidth will drop. Yeah, but then it becomes of audio podcast, doesn't it? Which might not be a bad set of components. It's the power supply, control board, a programmable coin mech, a programmable note validator, banknote validator, and a hopper mechanism, and then the display board for building a change machine. I just thought all the components they're own are actually quite interesting because it's a different coin mech from the usual other ones. Or at least Twitch the right way around. That is one thing Twitch does better than YouTube. The YouTube's back to front. Did I just fall asleep kiss of somewhere? Probably. I could have this light off. Maybe it's this light that's jamming everything because it is an LED driver. There we go. Actually, that's not too bad, is it? It's more relaxing. I'm not looking directly into a light. Ah. But the other thing I ordered last night, I ordered their. I think one of them's new. Is one of them new? No, maybe not. It's two UVC sterilizer units that are. One is what they call thermal sterilizer, and I was thinking, what does that mean, given that it's an ultraviolet one? And it just literally it means that because the lamp runs hot, the hot air actually it causes thermal convection through unit, and that's what moves the air past the UVC. There's a Ralphie Hedstein light that is too bright. It's actually it's a Valentine heart LED heart, and it's just basically far too bright. But the other one has a fan in it to force the air past, and it's not just UVC. Oh, it's still jumping. God, that is so fucking shit. Getting sick, this is three, and they used to be so good. And just used to be, I used to get really fast connection speed here, and now it's gone to crap. Oh. What can one do? Is this worse than it was before? Oh well. I'll put it back to more or less what it was before. But this is where I used to actually have it in the past. just sitting up there. Maybe plugging it into charge isn't a bad idea because it might give it a ground reference. The trials and tribulations. This is at least one advantage when I travel and there's actual proper internet connectivity. No, getting. I'm just getting fucking swirly thing. What a pile of fucking shit. This is so annoying now. Had a diabetic. How can you even hear me? Or is it just frozen completely? Oh god, this is fucking shit. Right, no, all I'm getting is fucking like the whirly. Let's refresh the page. The other option I could do. I could do. It's running at the moment. I could have switched over to YouTube for this, just because. Well, it's not working here, is it? Time to leave 3. Well, that is. I'm not sure. Is it going to be any better? Is it going to be out of the frying pan into the fire? Is it wise to monitor the stream the same internet connection? It is a fairly low bandwidth signal coming back. I was doing it on YouTube. It was fine. YouTube was great. Unfortunately, to see the chat, I have to actually see the stream. But anyway, yes, so I've ordered 2 of these UVC things. I think they're used. Hold on, let me just double check. I'll describe them. The price of them brand new is just ludicrous, so yeah, I think they are second hand. Let me just go to eBay and tell you. Purchase history. So it's a air sterile titanium washroom thermal odor control. That's one with thermal convection and air sterile multiflex MF20 air purifier, and it's got a fairly big UVC tube, and it's also got the titanium dioxide coated plate, so it creates hydroxyl radicals. I've ordered some other interesting stuff as well. But we'll see when it comes through. I went to Lidl and got some stuff from Lidl, including some LED tape. I'll show you. It's something we were looking at in the Patreon live stream. I shall go and find it. It's a roll of 24 volt LED tape, and it's addressable. But by addressable, I mean, see the cut points here. There's one there, and there's one there. Well, that's actually a chip. This is like going to be one color at once, and then the next bit's going to be another color. So that's just the peril of using the higher voltage, like 24 volt. And it comes with possibly the best bit of the package. Comes with a 1 amp 24 volt power supply that's compliant with British regulations, which is nice. Sadly, none of that in my local Lidl. I tried. I wonder, maybe it sold out or something like that. But then, you know, sometimes the different Lidls have different stuff. So this has a little 8-pin microcontroller in it and an infrared receiver. No buttons. There's nothing for manual control. So I'll plug it in, and by default, oh, actually no. By default, it lights up the last color, which was red. It must be storing it then. But the last time I thought it lit up white. Where is the remote control? Let me. So you can choose various colors. Or effects. Like that. So I'm not sure what that's doing, but anyway, it's doing colourful things and zapping about. It's interesting enough. But you only have the control with the remote. That's it. And it also gives you a choice of warm white or cold white, which is more like orange and bluey greeny white. It's strange. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll never visit a voice chat channel. I have PTSD from them. I started chatting in 97 and voice chat is evil. Ah. Like the set dressing for Big Brother sets. Oh gosh, everything's LED. Addressable LED these days. You know, when first RGB tape came out, and it was just basically everything was just RGB and colour changing, it very quickly got boring, and now they've done the same with addressable. It just gets a bit tedious. This one, incidentally, has a cardboard reel. This isn't plastic, it's just a card. It's quite odd. It is economic. I do see some spamming, it doesn't really matter. It's what they do. It's their joy in life. But anyway, that's that. Not actually terribly exciting, but you know what? I bought it, and that's it. I bought it, I've got it. I put the little plastic tab back into the remote control to avoid accidentally pushing a button if I take this back to the Isle of Man with me. Whether there is any point in taking it back, I don't know. But I do like the 24-volt power supply. Recyclable. It's definitely recyclable. We haven't done any sex bots though, which is quite nice. So I'm trying to think what else is interesting that since I got over here, anything that's novel, but it's mostly the stuff I've been buying online that is on its way from China. Some stuff has apparently arrived. Ralph will have taken that in. No sex bots on Twitch. Are they quite good at dealing with that? Bots, I meant. Bots. Indeed, Mr. Eggcake. I saw what you typed before. Enjoying the free bus rides? No, I'm not using that pass. Which is a bit annoying because when I got the bus in from the airport, I said, could have a return please? And he said, it's actually cheaper if you buy 2 singles. And I don't think it is actually, but I was thinking, so what's happening here? I think it's going to end up costing me a lot more buying 2 singles. Who knows? Unless it does actually keep them active for a certain length of time. I'll find out, I guess. I think AliExpress TAT slows down for more than a week. I think it's 2 weeks they take off. Ridiculous, but that is all their holidays for the whole year. That's why I'm kind of keen that the stuff that I ordered from AliExpress recently gets shipped soon before it gets into the huge mountain of backlog. Let me see if it's shipped yet. My orders. Coin-operated vending machine assembly kit, timer board, blah blah blah. Same info on it's just bile stuff. There's no tracking on that order yet. And it was quite expensive. It was about 150 quid. But then 150 quid for items including the banknote validator isn't too bad. I wonder how secure it is. When is that? Are you talking about the Chinese New Year is on the 19th of February it starts, and it goes right to the well into March. Chinese highways become a giant parking lot of New Year's, yes. Everybody tries to go home to see their family at the same time. What do you plan to use it for? Just demonstrate it, show it working. I've got no particular need for it. And then take a look at the hopper mechanism, the control PCB, the coin mech, and the validator, and compare it to the Smiley banknote validator I already have, which is interesting. The reason it's called the Smiley validator is because it's got a smiley face in the front, and as you put the banknote in, it curves it, which is quite neat because it keeps it from being flopping down. It keeps it solid. Have you had haggis in Glasgow? I have had haggis in Glasgow. I had haggis, neeps and tatties from Asda. My birthday on Friday, what do I want to do? Just compile a huge list of stuff to buy on AliExpress. That's what you need to do. Do you sell stuff off after featuring it? Not really, no. Sometimes it gives stuff away. It's just frozen. Weird. Sometimes gives stuff away, other stuff gets stripped for its usable components and then recycled, other stuff gets stored in the increasingly full house. Plus there is employee turnover after New Year. Oh, people who don't return. Glasgow Airport Service 500 generally accept allowing for free or heavily discounted travel if I use the pass, but I'm kind of uncomfortable at using the pass because last thing I want is it's the fact that I live in the Isle of Man, and although I still pay my council tax here, I think it will cause bureaucratic issues. Anyway, I forgot it. That's fine. Maybe I should have less respect for authority. Do you like Tennant's Pilsner or McEwen's? Well, today I had a pint of Tennant's. To Delmonico's. Is it still running? I'm going to refresh the page. See, same setup. YouTube was fine. I wonder if it's throttling me because I've been using it quite a lot. But who knows? Do you have to pay double council tax? It's empty. Not. It's empty. It's got my stuff here. It's full of stuff. Phone could be buggered. No, I don't think so, because the reason I changed was because it was problematic with 4G before. I think it's just because the system locally is just not keeping up with demand. But anyway, this stream will not be going on a huge length of time because, well, it's problematic. Welcome to the joys of modern technology. If your phone Wi-Fi have good usage and then lowered, it's possible they're throttling it. I don't know. I've got a generous data package. I've got 200 gigabytes and I'm only over for about a week, so like, but then again, they probably won't see it that way. You can contact 3 and just tell them that you know it's absolutely terrible. The mic does have its own gain control, but I can't access it at the moment. I would actually should have brought the other microphones across because you can click the button on them to raise or lower the gain, but this one it's all integrated into an app control, so I don't have much control over it. It is the enshittification of technology. The city is busy today and people are all using their phones probably, but you know, I'm in the south side, it's at night. You wouldn't think it'd be that busy, but having said that, everybody is just using their phones these days, aren't they, for data? Every hotel is fully booked for a 50-mile radius. Oh, that's people going to shag and paying through the nose to have sex in a slightly different location. Lovely. Have you tried a data-only SIM? I've not. This is data and calls, effectively. Not that I really use it for calls, because nobody ever calls me and I don't call people. Ugh. The Tom Husson saying as it's Valentine's Day, how about a Jaeger to the poor hotel staff who are going to have to change the sheets tomorrow? That's disgusting. Hmm. Callum Rowley. I don't know what they use for TV license detection. I think they just rely on bluffing these days. I'd love to be pegged by Felicity Kendall in Stonehenge. Well, she is still about, but she's quite old now. And she might fall off Stonehenge. Hmm. A Jaeger to Chinese New Year? I could do that. It is approaching Jaeger time in a couple of minutes. Ah. There was a detective could tell if a tube TV was connected to an aerial. Yeah, I still think it's just stories. Reboot the unicorn. We have to say something. W Beard. W Beard. Aftershock. After means anus in Germany. Oh, right. Really? Anus shock. Excellent. But the main thing is, if the BBC is, the BBC still delusionally thinks it's bigger than YouTube. It really isn't, and they're trying to do a deal with YouTube that they can host their stuff on YouTube, but then that means that they can effectively make people pay a license to watch YouTube. Unless they put a little checkbox in that says, I don't have a license, therefore don't show me any BBC content, then everybody will just check that box. Goodbye, BBC. Good riddance, BBC. Why do they call it a shag? You mean shagging? It's just this thing. I don't know if they do it in shag pile carpet. Jaeger, not Jaeger. It is time for a not Jaeger. I saw a sign in a window today that was badly laid out. It said free anal and then a space, then is this. Yeah, see, some of them do that deliberately. They put up signs wrongly because then everybody takes a picture of the sign, says, and they post it's free advertising. Once they caught on to that, it was just basically just everybody was doing it, and then the novelty wore off instantly. Subway tried that. They had a misspelt sign on a sort of tripod in their shop for a while, just to try and get people to put it on social media. But anyway, to the Chinese New Year. I hope they have a great New Year. It's probably one of the few holidays they actually get. Hmm. Yes. It's all gone a bit weird, but that's okay. Why have you got my bath towel hang up? This was some audio absorption, was it not? Oh no, I remember what this was for. It's because I filmed some of my videos here. If there's something I want to film before taking it back to Eleman or something like that, this is just basically, it's sound deadening and it also controls the light a bit. The Craig, it's the TV licensing. It's all bluff. It's all lies. All they've done is make people have contempt for authority and realize that a lot of what the government does is not actually, they're not intelligent enough to do what they're doing. They're just basically bluffing and lying, like religion. Talking of religion, um, one of my most unsubscribed videos ever was when I bought the Ramadan calendar out of Asda and just made a video about it. Here's what's inside, and so many people unsubscribed. They must have thought it was Muslim terrorist or something like that. But I bought the Ramadan calendar from Lidl just to try it. It didn't just have shapes. It had 6 different shapes, including palm trees and camels and stuff like that. But it was great chocolate. Now, the W beard, does that stand for wanker beard or wicked beard? I'm not really sure. Are you a Muslim terrorist? I look a bit like one. I did shave the moustache off before going in the aircraft, before going from a flight, just to give them something to stop me for, and this time they didn't. So that didn't work. Hmm. But Ramadan is about fasting. You're allowed to eat after a certain time, at night time, basically. It's the mic. Okay, yeah. It's been a disaster, yes. Let's just forget this stream happened. It'll be back to normal next week. It's just the perils of travel and having a change of setups. Mm. My beard self limits to about 100 millimeters. This is my terminal length. It comes down to here and then it starts molting as fast as it grows. Get a straw hat so you look Amish. No need. I look Amish enough as it is. Hmm. Tricky. I was going to ask you about your moustache. That has to be the weirdest reason I've ever heard. I just got the urge to shave it off. Sometimes it gets too long, it starts getting in the mouth, so I'll just occasionally shave it off. Should I bring the light back? Is that just going to knock the... Is it going to give problems? Is it the light? Is it the... Who knows? Do you travel in a kilt? No, I don't, because, sometimes you can get sucked into the jet engine if you've got a kilt on. Hmm. I'm going to go and have another drink, because, yeah, I need another can of stuff. I'll drink lots of energy drink and then not sleep tonight. If I'll leave that here. I'll take the can away with me. It was this stuff. I can talk to you anyway as I walk away from it. Give you a respite from my ugly face. as I walk through to the kitchen and grab another can of stuff. Right, this is going to be another energy drink, but this is a Vimpto Energy Zero. They're all jumping the bandwagon. Let's put caffeine into a standard children's fruit drink and pretend it's for adults. And that children aren't being given energy drinks. More light equals less video. Drink more light is less video noise. Let's bring the light back then. And we'll see what happens. Maybe I should try using the radio mic when I'm at my usual recording area in the Isle of Man. The live stream area. Clive, you'd be great at voiceovers. Yes, people keep asking me if I'll do voiceovers. I'm just not sure I really want to do that. I sound very BBC. Maybe everybody should pay me a license fee. No, I don't think so. Here's a portion of ethanol. It is cheap whiskey from the supermarket. Is it their supermarket? Yeah, McKendrick's. It's an Asda brand. But unlike the other spirits like vodka and rum, this one is 40% alcohol because it's not whiskey at all. If they can't even call it anything remotely whiskey if it's not 40% at least, or something like that. There's some weird regulation. Should voiceover... Well, here's the ironic thing. One of the reasons I've got such a bassy BBC voice is because every morning when I woke up, my dad would have the BBC radio on, and it was an old valve radio, tube radio, with a big paper speaker, and it sounded... At the time, they used to super compress the voices, and even the female presenters had super bassy voices. It just seemed to be a thing with the BBC. And I just liked that super bassy voice. So maybe that influenced my voice in life. I wonder how many other people have been affected by that, you know, actually being so taken by a media voice that they actually style their voice on it. Who knows? Don't know where my voice came from. It is what it is. Well, this is very strawberry colour, isn't it? This looks very strawberry, yes. Or is it Iron Brew candy bar? You can get Iron Brew jelly babies. You should read the Gruffalo in Scots. Not even sure what the Gruffalo is. Oh yeah, I remember the chew, the Iron Brew chew. Oh, you know what Clive reminds me of? Look up Muslim style techno dance on YouTube. Actually, the only reason you watch that, Horavak, is because you're turned on by all the fab beards and their strange sort of dance that are all shuffling around behind each other, and then they get faster and faster. I've watched it a few times, that one. There's a few different versions of music with it. I'd just like to point out that it's dubbed on music, obviously. The original video, that is just awful. It's just really, it's all like wheezy, squeaky pipe things and banging drums. It looks much better with the dance music. With the young fat ones really struggling with the dance, and the older thin people, like with grey hair, just doing it so much better. Are we still going? We're still going, Megavoltmeister. And they don't wear undies, really. Well, at least it's not like the Mormons with their special magic underpants that they have to wear for life or something like that. Don't they wear out? What happens if they shit in them? I don't really know. My cat is from Iran. It's a terror cat. But then again, Electroboom's from Iran as well. Iranian, but in Canada. Canada-Iranian. Are you suggesting that you're thin? No, I'm not thin. What kind of music is played at Scotch weddings? Scottish weddings, hello, Comium, dance music largely. There's bagpipes, ceremonial bagpipes, just for show, um, and then it's just thumping dance music once the disco starts. Ah, I've only once have I walked out of a hotel after paying at check-in because the room was absolutely horrendous. That was in Japan, incredibly rare thing in there. Mm. I used to, um, I used to when I was traveling with work, the bed and breakfasts that we stayed in. That's where it's just this multiple occupancy room thing. You used to go in to check it out, and I used to pull the bed covers back. I used to ask to see the room, pull the bed covers back, pick up the pillow, sniff the pillow, and because some of the places we stayed were just vile. Windows 10 has done some weird shit. This is why Microsoft are struggling at the moment because I think they finally just pushed people right to the edge that they're actually switching to Linux because they just can't be bothered. Get Linux already, indeed Horavac, because Jesus, it's just like I don't know what Microsoft's game is, but how to bother people, how to make their lives hard. A dysfunctional system, not an operating system. In Blackpool accommodation that I actually specifically checked that the fire exit was functional because the clues that something was wrong in it were the bell wire, the two-core bell wire being used for a fluorescent light fitting, and the bell wire was held around the door frame with drawing pins pushed between the little web in between the bell wire, and that was 240 volt. They had a pound coin operated timer for the television, which I bypassed. Ah, Joe Mitchell Tree. I really appreciate the stream, Clive. A glitchy stream is better than no stream at all. Well, that is kind of debatable. I just don't enjoy it when things aren't going well. It was funny. Apparently, the EU has forbidden some practices of Microsoft, so Americans get even shittier Windows than we. That's hard to believe. Hmm. By the time I had finished with it, you put your coin in, turned the knob, it wound the little timer up, and then your pound dropped straight back into your hand. Hmm. But every hostelry in the Isle of Man has one of your coin slots fitted now. Hostelry? So I'm trying to think what else is interesting at the moment that I could show. I've been looking for interesting gadgets while I'm over here, but even Lidl's not got a huge amount of stuff. Oh, one interesting thing, interesting for all the wrong reasons, is their landfill light. That's this box here. It says in the box that the bulbs should only be repaired, and the power supply, that's that little thing in there, should only be repaired by an electrician. In reality, you can't. These contain a dedicated circuit board in here. Well, let me get the spudger and pop it open. Where is my spudger? Where's my spudger? Spudgers everywhere. I've got spudgers dotted about all over the world. I'm trying to find the spudger now. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I've not got one here. I must have one here. Is it behind the computer? Not sure. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, this is what they seem to think perfectly acceptable. is a little dedicated circuit board in there, which so unless you swap the LEDs, it's never going to happen, is it? And that comes our little reflector that goes in there. So completely unserviceable. And then the cover clips on. So yes, unserviceable lights with a little standard LED driver. How useless. So the thing's basically landfill. Once it fails, you have to get an electrician or disconnect it yourself, take it off the ceiling, and then replace it with a complete new fitting. It's just backwards. That's rubbish. That has to have a video made about it. It's going to be called A Little Bit of Landfill. It needs serviced with the Ave hammer indeed. Oh. Oh, so that's I remember the payphones that had the little port that went down to the cash box. I didn't realise that people were cutting slots in them and getting the money back out. Jaeger time. I wouldn't say it's Jaeger time. I mean, we could have a Jaeger time. What would we have a Jaeger to, though? You guys can suggest things. I've been using Ubuntu. What version of Linux do you like? I've been using the Linux that actually is on this Chromebook that I'm using here because most Chromebooks have an option of Linux. You can run Android apps, you can run Linux in them, and you can run the Chrome operating system. How are you fitting cables in those? What? I also think it's double insulated, but I wonder if the drivers got isolation. Mint isn't off. Mint is a Windowsy type graphical user interface, but it's a very lean one. I've always thought, how come Microsoft is still in business? Because, like, their operating system is so bad. What country we're in? We're currently in the UK. Currently in Glasgow. Hey, Brit, you need an electrician to touch an electrical component. Well, technically speaking, you can change like for like. But currently in the Isle of Man, a kitchen fitting company is that also does bathrooms and kitchens is now offering solar panel installation and charging points for vehicles. They've just got their finger into every pie. Windows XP was about the best Windows there was. Glasgow is currently Gotham. It is. As Grant Rennie said, they filmed some of the stuff of a recent film, not sure what it was, in Glasgow, but they used the back alleys between all the shops, and I took some pictures of some today because you suddenly realise, yeah, they just look grim and dystopian. They're actually pretty good. Kitchen fitters fuck up electrics worse than any DIYer ever could. Yes, they do, because they're just smashing the stuff in as fast as possible for fixed price. Nestle Crackle Stream it is. Freedom Linux. Renting a new plate space, planning for a new EV socket. Could I do it? Sometimes you're better just ticking the box for liability. The Batman was a lot of the Batman films recently have been shot in Glasgow because Glasgow literally is Gotham City. It just absolutely is 100% Gotham. And Blade Runner. Was it last time I was over? It was a really wet day and it was dark and the place was busy and everybody was running around with umbrellas outside. I was in a coffee shop, Tim Hortons, in Glasgow city centre, and looking out the window, it looked like a scene out of Blade Runner because of all the lights and the people and the rain. Hmm. You go to Clive for carrying on with the stream. Oh, not sure about that. Ah, lots and lots of neon and LED neon in Glasgow too. Yeah. Grant, there's a shop, a restaurant is opened in the um, St. Eyre shopping centre, and it's got loads of little 3 inch high letter neon LED neon signs around it. Do you know what really struck me is that yellow has always been a really bad colour for actual neon, the phosphor, yellow phosphor. But the yellow LED just really pops, and it's very evenly illuminated. I do love the Blade Runner film. The It's so much real neon in it, which is nice. Hmm. No one works on neon in my area of US. Some landmark signs are going to crap as a result. That's a huge problem. There is a neon community behind the scenes, but they're struggling. They're getting phosphors are being banned by the Eco Brigade for some reason. I'm not sure why they're being banned. Or maybe, oh, do you know what it is? It's probably because the availability has been destroyed by the reduction number of fluorescent tubes. And they're sourcing new phosphors and they're giving problems. They're actually causing the glass to crack. They're interfering with the glass itself. So there we go. To the Blade Runners, that's us. Well, we're not. The Blade Runners person who chase after them. To the replicants, that's kind of us. And also to the Neon Collective. Your mic is it does have some problems. It's just this is the new expensive mic, but it needs set up correctly for. It sounded great on YouTube, but apparently it's very different for Twitch and the same phone, different app, higher gain presumably. But I do like Blade Runner. I love the film. If you've got the collector's edition with all the sort of background footage and behind the scenes stuff, that's really good. It's such a huge DVD compilation. Hmm. Uh, is there anything that will replace LEDs? You don't know until it happens. Haven't you seen that video recently? Was it? Oh, who was it? Was it Silver Symbol or something like that? Where he shot a sodium cell power block. You know those units you get. I keep getting asked if I want to review them, but it's these big boxes that you've got like 12-volt power output. You've also got mains power output, and they're just basically a big power bank for your home, but the huge ones. There's no way in hell that I'd want one of those. Having seen the quality of the construction of some of them, they just look like a bomb waiting to happen. Well, I have the full uncut Blade Runner in VHS, which has the missing scenes that aren't even in the collector's editions. I bet they're on YouTube, though. Red Dwarf was inspired by Blade Runner. Really? Compact fluorescent lamps. I have a huge box of them through there. Because I just... When they were doing the government incentive to get people to use them, they were cheap. You could buy a 3 pack in the pound shop. So I was buying loads of them. But anyway, the sodium cells don't have the flammable electrolyte, so he shot this unit and just flames everywhere, just re- repeatedly just exploding and blowing out in all directions. They were on YouTube, all right. Did they take them off with a copyright? It's okay. Hmm. I haven't seen the Blade Runner happy ending. It's when they extend their life considerably and they become normal humans. That would be a terrible ending. The von Kampft or something like that. Can't remember. Um, Leon. I kind of liked the character Leon. Hmm. So recent things I've been asked to promote. You get all these influencer emails all the time, and they're just really annoying. Collab review X Tool Precision Laser Tech. Um, Hi Clive, Tasha here from Boss Management. We want to put your channel forward for brand sponsorships. No. Melissa influencer relation. Nope. How about this? Focusing on joint content. Friendly greetings. Friend, incidentally. Cooperation could address shared objectives. Aligned with this, no, it's just gibberish. Collaboration with AliExpress sale. No. Free samples from Christine. What's that about? Betopper. Next PCB. That sounds like an actual thing. I get these emails. It just loads them every day. Lots of them. Beard collab, yeah? Yes, a beard collaboration. What does Gotham City refer to? Gotham City refer to New York City based in its using Batman. I thought, is there an actual place called Gotham City? Because I always thought it was fictional. But the Isle of Man, I've just poked the microphone. The Isle of Man, Glasgow, is very much an old city that looks just like Gotham City. It's just, all the buildings are random. It's got a rotten council. It's just bizarre and wet all the time. A beard care stream, I'm not sure about that. I did take some pictures, Grant, of some of the back passages of the shops, just because you're right, they do look very strangely barren, grim. You should ask GLC PCB for a donation. I've not had a PCB made there in ages. But GLC PCB do have a sponsorship thing, but they get pushy, and they alienated Julian Eilert by just basically just harassing him to the point he stopped promoting them for a while. I don't know if he still does. I associate Glasgow with train spotting. The film, yes. Mm. So we'll be heading over to a much better quality stream in a few minutes with Scruff Dog. He'll be starting to gear up his advertising. And there's Liz looking for fire. Let's have fire. I shall press down that and get the foam, the mousse ready. Here's the mousse. Let's see if this jams the bandwidth. Oh, people are probably looking and saying, what's happening in that house? Right, I'm just going to watch because there's a big delay at my end before I get it. Let's see if it turns it into potato vision. No, it didn't turn it into potato vision. More woofle. Oh, that was quite a big one. Relatively speaking. Ah. GLC PCB over advertise on EEV. That can happen. It's a Valentine's Day celebration where we actually have sex while on fire. That's what's happening in this house. I just discovered GLC have their own YouTube awards for their sponsored channels. I'm not going to get one of them then because I don't promote GLC PCB. I mention when I've had circuit boards made of them, and they have tried so hard. They've been quite literally for a while. It was like 3 messages a day about promoting them. Ah, I've not. I need to make more circuit boards. I've just not done it in ages. I've not written software in ages. I found a bit of software through there recently, and it was a game I made for a pub where they wanted a dice that you had a box that when they had a promotion on, you'd hit the button and it would wake up and it'd go dig, 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 and just shake the dice effectively and then display it and then do sound effects, and whatever it displayed, you got a prize. But because it was done from a lookup table, I could actually have and it was the dice arrangement of 7 LEDs that light in combinations. Because of that, I could actually make it show a 7 as well for a significant prize just once in a blue moon. But that that didn't happen because they just kept asking for more and more features, expecting it for the same money, until I just suddenly thought, fuck this, and didn't continue and never charged them or anything. And then they said, could you get in touch with us immediately about this project that seems to have fallen behind? And it's just like, they just pushed too much and expected just endless software updates for no extra cash. So I just thought, fuck this. I'll just cut my losses and back out. What language did you write in? It was written in PIC assembly code. It's the first time I've actually, because it was batch operated, it's the first time I've actually written the software so it actually goes into a sleep state and just blinks the middle LED once every 2 seconds. I've had that a few times with prop making as well with the BBC. They ask for a price for doing something and then just expect you to be their bitch forevermore. The BBC is not what you think it is. Incidentally, this is a Lidl hat. It's Parkside. PIC assembly code PIC. PIC assembler, so you're a masochist. No, it's super efficient. Let me go and grab that code right now. I've actually thought I really should do this. The RGB controller code for my little RGB controllers. I should put it out there online. Dice software. There's a lookup table right at the start of the program. Quite a long lookup table. How many bytes is it? How many, should I say, bits? There's the lucky 7 right in the middle of the lookup table. And then it's got random sequence generator for chat noise. It wasn't random enough. It sounded okay, but it wasn't using proper white noise generator. Dwell time, beep length, more assembly code. I should put my assembly code up on Patreon so you guys can roast it. Increment dice. I actually should, do you know what? I should put my assembly code up and actually get ChatGPT or something to look at it and roast me on it as well. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's only how many pages? 1 page, 2, 3 pages, 4 pages of code. That's not bad, is it? And it was using the watchdog to actually wake the unit up every 2 seconds or so. Never used picks. Spent the last couple of weeks playing with ESPs the first time. It's easier, Kagius. But when I started using the pick microcontrollers, well, let me show you the programmer for them. I'll show you the programmer for the pick microcontrollers because I'm pretty sure. Is it here somewhere, or have I taken it to the Isle of Man? I'm wondering if I've taken it to the Isle of Man because I don't know if there'd be much use for it here. I'm not seeing it here unless I buried it. No, I think I may have taken that to Isle of Man as a novelty item. Yeah, probably. Or is it through in the workshop? Hold on, just give us a second. It is. This will show you how things have evolved. It used to be that to program microcontrollers, you had to have special software and a development system that cost £10,000. But this was one of the first affordable programmers, and it only programmed the PIC16 C54, one-time programmable. There was EEPROM-based versions as well for developing your software. It was the C54, the C56, the 55, and the 57. It programmed 4 microcontrollers. That was it. And you had to write your software in the compiler. Is that the best way to describe it? And then you wrote your software, then you compiled it, and then you loaded the programmer software. It was still expensive at the time, but compared to what it had been before, it was very affordable. That came from Farnell. That's why. What does the programmer, does the programmer itself have? I'm not sure what's inside it. It's also notable that if you did upgrade it, if you wanted to program different microcontrollers, you unplug the whole programmer module to actually put the new program, the module socket here. Nice buttons, very retro. Those clicky buttons. Yeah, that got used a lot. But that's the only options we had back then. It was only assembly code initially, because you didn't have much memory. Anyway, it is time to hand the reins over to Scruffdog, and you can get a break from this awful stream that has just not gone well at all. What a surprise from Glasgow. Yet the YouTube one was great. That's just frustrating. It's usually the other way around. Not to worry. But anyway, let's do a raid on Scruffdog and then get back to normality. Raid. Scruffdog live. Make sure I've spelled that right. And next week, assuming the weather is good enough to get back to the Isle of Man, it should be fine. Everything should be back to normal. But anyway, it's now time to raid Scruffdog. Raiding, and if you've not raided, if you're still here, then have a good week, and things will return to normal from next week, and I shall see you then. Take care and have fun.